Welcome to the podcast. We talk about all the things that are hidden in the shadows. This is Isaac.
And this is Megan.
And this episode today...
It's going to be scary as hell.
Yeah, it's probably going to create some fear amongst other people, but mostly us because, well, this episode is all about the black-eyed children.
And it, to me, is the scariest legend that there is.
Well, not just that, the stories behind it, but also because the legend as it goes is the more you talk about them or research them, the more they have the possibility of showing up at your place.
There was actually a director that was doing a short on black-eyed children, and he had to stop because it was almost driving him insane because he kept hearing like little knocks and stuff. He didn't actually see black-eyed children, but it was like he was saying in the story that it was like pretty much that would have been the next step. So I'm not gonna lie, I did say a little prayer before I freaking into this because but we're gonna actually start off by telling you an encounter that happened, and I found this story on Reddit a long time ago.
Well, most of these what we talk about are going to be other people's stories because we have,
and I don't want to
yet to encounter them.
I don't want to. Like, I mean, I'm glad because I know about them now, so like I wouldn't be like, come on in, I'll help you out, you know? Which I wouldn't do that with kids anyways because you don't know. But
yeah, I think you want to get this story out of the way because your phone's going to die.
Yeah, my phone's at 4%. But this is a story.
That's it. Then we're going to talk about a few other encounters that we've read and heard of. The only survivor story that we know of, or at least found anyway, of someone actually left them into their house. And possibly our theories of what they are.
And I've never seen it, so maybe I'll do like a reaction to it on...
Ooh, I got some for you that gonna freaking chill you to the
yeah,
bones.
Maybe that'll be something interesting. I'll watch them and probably freak out. Anyways, so it was on Reddit, but it like surfaced on other platforms too. Like other places had shared this because it was like, it literally is the black-eyed children to the T. And the scary thing about this is it happened down the street from us. Literally.
Yes,
on the military base.
On the military base.
Yeah. So here we go. Okay, this is exactly what he said. Black-eyed kids. I'm a Marine stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I live in the infantry barracks off of River Road. I recently had a rather strange encounter with a pair of black-eyed children. I live on the 3rd floor of the barracks that have open walkways on the outside and the rooms on the inside. This happened on a weekend back in November 2009. It was a weekend, so almost every Marine was out, either home, drinking, or sleeping. Only a handful were left in the barracks awake. I'd stayed in that weekend because I was broke and had no money to go out. I was watching a movie when I heard a knock at my door. Figuring it was my roommate who lost his keys again, I went and opened it. Instead of a drunken roommate, I found 2 little kids standing on the walkway. Only these kids freaked the hell out of me. I don't know what it was about them, but as a Marine, we're always told to listen to that little voice in your head because it just might save you from your life from an IED. Right then, that voice was screaming at me to shut the door and lock it. There was also the fact that these kids had absolutely pitch black eyes. I mean, no white or any other color to them whatsoever, just black. But I pushed those things aside and asked them what they were doing there so late. They responded by saying that it was a really cold outside and they wanted to come in and read. I was confused as hell because I've never met a kid that wants to read. Also, there was no mention of any parents or anything else you'd expect a lost couple of kids to say. I couldn't take my eyes off their pitch black eyes. It was like they were sucking me in. I felt horrible and was suddenly frightened for my life, like I needed to immediately take cover. They just stared at me with those goddamn eyes. I took a quick look up and down the walkway to see if any other Marines were out, but there was nobody in sight. I turned back to the kids who I had noticed had taken a step forward towards me. I got the feeling like I was being hunted, like these kids were predators and out for their next meal or something. Instinct gave way to reason, and I decided to listen to that voice and shut the door and lock it. I heard soft, consistent knocking for the next 5 minutes before I heard my window rattle, and then nothing. I went down to the officer on duty the next morning and asked him about it, and he said he hadn't heard of or seen any kids in the area at all, and dismissed it, saying that I'd probably had too much to drink last night. only I hadn't been drinking at all or anything like that night. I don't know what or who these kids were, but I doubt any of the families here would let their kids wander around at night on a military base.
So it was on the barracks, right?
In the barracks.
Yeah.
You probably know where River Road is.
No. I just let you explain. Part of my job is to, like I think I've explained this a couple of times, is a field visit or basically go to your house when you're late on your bill and basically ask what the money is. To get on base is extremely hard. Believe me, I don't field visit the base mainly for the reason because it's so hard to get on. It's not really worth it.
Yeah.
So even when I'm on base, it's very strict.
Especially with like now, because there was the prior terrorist attacks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That they upped their security and everything.
But yeah, I've been on there a couple of times. The barracks is one place that I can't go.
Yeah.
Unless you're military.
And for those of you that don't know, barracks are pretty much where the Marines sleep.
It's like their dorms.
Like dorms. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And if you look at the comments of that on that Reddit, which I'll post a link on our Instagram and stuff, you have a lot of people saying that apparently crazy stuff happens at barracks all over the country, even overseas, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was explained to me by a Marine is that they're basically like each room has 2 beds and you share it with another Marine.
Yeah, pretty much like a dorm.
Yeah. And he said it's only Marines there. There's no essentially families unless you start going out. And of course there's neighborhoods where the military families have their own houses and stuff like that. But as for if you're just a new recruit in a sense, you're in the barracks.
Yeah.
Or you can choose to stay there. But most of the people I see have their houses are usually families.
Yeah.
So the extremity of having kids wander to the barracks is very rare.
Yeah, that's freaky in itself.
Yeah.
Because if you were to tell me, because I've lived here pretty much all my life, and then I moved to Texas when I was in high school age, and then I came back in 2014, so I was like 20, maybe 19, 20. And I know, like, if you're not military personnel, or you're not like with someone that's military personnel, or like family or friends, not even friends. If you're not family of military personnel, you cannot get on base. Like, there's guards there, and everything is under surveillance. Everything is, top notch.
Now, if you're listening so far and going, when are they going to explain what the hell Black Eyed Children are? Sorry, she wanted to get to that story beforehand.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get that out because I think that is extremely scary.
Yeah.
That happened literally because we live right close to the base. So literally it happened not that far.
Yeah.
Like you can see the barracks.
From where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. The story of the Black Eyed Children actually originated in the 1980s. From a guy who posted a story in some kind of like haunted newspaper looking for articles from people, and he told a story and people were freaked out about it. And what was even scarier is that after that happened, a lot more sightings started happening all across the world from 1980s till now. The story goes as they always 2 kids. Well, let me rephrase that. The story goes as it's always 2 kids.
I've heard a lot of boy and a girl.
It's always a boy and a girl, a boy and a boy, a girl and a girl. It's always a pair. There's never one by themselves.
Yeah.
It's always a pair. And either the age range goes from like a kid that's probably like 5 years old to a young teenage girl probably age 13 to 14.
Yeah.
But
Pale
always,
skin.
yeah, always pale skin. Always look disheveled. Always look.
Well, one thing that I didn't really know is that too, that they have like, some people have witnessed them like in out of date clothing, which I found that kind of to be interesting.
Yeah. But nothing that looks too conspicuous. Their clothing style, you won't really notice that much. It's just like a normal what kids would wear. Probably t-shirt, pants, shoes, and stuff like that. Maybe a button shirt. Depending. But they're always 2, and either you'll pick them up on the side of the road, and they're asked for a ride, or they'll come to your house and ask to come in. And they'll always look down. They'll never look you in the eye until it's too late, in a sense. Usually they ask to come in. May we come in? We're cold. We need to use the phone, blah, blah, blah. Whatever excuse they will use to get into your home. And also to get into your car if you pick up on the side of the road. Sir, we're lost. Can you take us a ride to town? Some other excuse. Basically to make you feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Majority of people, the stories that I'm going to tell have not allowed them into their home.
Yeah. Because one thing that dude, I get like chills talking about this. Gosh, this is like one subject, but actually the one person that wanted to hear us talk about this was wasn't it Tyler?
And Charlie, yeah.
Yeah, from
Believe in the Bizarre.
Believe in the Bizarre. So
Yeah. It was their request.
This one goes out to you guys. Ta-ta. Anyways, okay. But they get, like, when you're around them, the feeling that people get. And I'm wondering, like, what the heck happens if, like, a sensitive or an empath or a psychic or a medium, what if they show up there?
Well, they seem to be...
What would they feel? Because obviously you feel whatever.
Well, I don't say they said they're smart, or at least they know who they go to, because from the stories that I'm going to tell. And I'm saving the survivor story, or the only persons to come out of it alive. Right? It's the only story I could even find of someone actually encountered them, allowed them in their home, and lived to tell the tale. I'm not saying everyone who's ever allowed them inside are dead. It's just there ain't a lot of stories about people who actually allow them in.
Ugh.
So.
Ooh, I got chills, dude. Sorry, he doesn't like when I say dude.
One of the stories I think I told a long time ago. Could we rephrase this? But it was actually a guy talking about his uncle who in the late 80s, early 90s, had a house out in the boonies, right?
Yeah.
Which makes no sense for anyone to be out there, except for kind of like where I lived on the ranch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the way his house was set up, I guess on land, had a dirt road that kind of traveled into town. So he would see random people walk by and stuff like that, who were just hitchhiking and whatever like that. But he had his door open and his windows open because it was hot in the summertime. And he heard a knock at his door, and these two kids, a little girl and a little boy. And he walked over to the door thinking that there was like some lost kids or something. And he asked them, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" He's like, "Oh, sir, can we come in? We need to use your phone." It's like, "Well, I don't have a phone, right?" Mm-hmm. Or he said something about the landline was down or something. An excuse not to talk to them. And he said he got a very eerie feeling. And like almost like fight or flight by just looking at them.
Yeah.
And they kept asking, "May we come in? May we come in, sir? May we come in? May we?" Right? And he kept saying, "No, get out of here! I can't help you, kids." Right? And then they finally looked at him and they said, "Sir, can we come in?" Right? And when he said he looked into their eyes were black, like all iris, like all black. There was nothing. And he said after he stared into their eyes, he got a sick feeling and he felt dizzy. And he sat down in the chair, and all he could remember is seeing them in the peripheral standing in the door, and him just sitting in the chair. And then finally he blacked out, and he woke back up, and it was nighttime, and they were gone.
Mm.
The other story.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm gonna tell this other story, then I'm gonna tell the apparently a guy who actually got footage of one.
Yeah.
Right. This other story is of a woman who was researching black-eyed children because she's into the paranormal and stuff like that.
Oh, great. Thank you for putting this out there. Oh, gosh. I'm going to be a nervous wreck. You better not sleep with the window open tonight. But
it's going to be cool.
Oh, my God. No way.
Here. May we come in?
No. I'd be like, no, I'm not the person to fuck with.
Yeah. This woman was looking up, researching stuff online about it, and then she was getting freaked out by just looking at it, and she heard a knock at her door. Right? This is probably like 2000s. And her dog was barked, and then when she turned to look at the door, he was scared. It was backing up from the door.
Dude, even dogs are scared of this.
Yeah, it was like,
these people. Oh, right? Freak.
And she has the screen door, right? Glass, and then the front door. So she opened the door, she could see the kids. Mm-hmm. And they were asking, "Can we come in? It's cold outside." Right? Mm-hmm.
Be like, no.
It's the middle of summer. It's not cold.
Ew.
Right? And she goes, "Where are your parents?" She goes, "We need to call them. Can we use their phone?" And she noticed that the whole entire time they were looking down, that meeting her in the eye. What she was seeing scared about, because this is the same thing she was just researching.
Dude. Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And she said it was like a 14-year-old girl, like she was like an older like teenager, and a little boy. And the little boy had blonde hair. But she also noticed that their skin was very pale. Right? She says, "No, I can't help you. My cell phone's broken." Right? She was making excuses not to fucking talk to me. Like, and the little girl looked up. She says, "Ma'am, may we come in?" Right? And her eyes were black. She screamed, slammed the door in their face. Right? And she still hear them knocking out there. It's like, "Ma'am, can we come in? Can we come in?" Right? And she called her friend to fucking come over here. Right? I just fucking kids out here and shit like that. And then while she was waiting for her friend to come, she kept hearing, "Ma'am, can we come in?" And at one point in time, they kept knocking, and when the last knock was, "Ma'am, can we come in?"
Oh my god.
It was a deep, demonic sounding voice.
Just so you guys know, he used to be a screamer in a metal band.
I probably scared the shit out of a lot of people.
So yeah. Some people might have to pause this and go change their britches.
Yeah. But that's the last thing she heard, and then she heard her friend honk outside, like honking like repeatedly, right? And she like opened the door, and her friend ran inside, and it's like saying behind her, she was breathing heavy, like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" It's like, I was like, who are the kids you saw outside your door? It's like a teenage girl, a little boy, and she fucking like she was freaking out. I was like, why? Because at the stoplight over there down the street, I was looking at my phone, just thinking I was about to text you, and some teenage girl tapped on my window asking if she can get a ride, and she had black eyes. Yeah, and then they stayed up the whole fucking night.
Yeah, I'm serious. Oh, good, you're off tomorrow. So.
Now.
Well, tomorrow we're recording. So.
Yeah. Now, there was a guy who was obsessed. And I mean, he is obsessed about finding footage of the black-eyed children, recording them, finding them. He's hunting them, right? And he has his own YouTube channel where he does. I can remember it right now. But if you look up black-eyed children caught on tape, he's one of the top videos. What he learned. Now, this guy lives in the boonies, right? More seclusive where I lived on my ranch. No one goes to his house unless you're invited to, or you can't really find it. It's in the middle of the woods. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Seclusive.
Secluded.
Seclusive. I don't know what that was.
Secluded. It's very secluded, right?
I tend to make my own words up sometimes.
In the woods. What he discovered, which I didn't read anything about this, but apparently there was a frequency that you can play that attracts them.
You better not. I've
been playing it on my phone since we started. Just kidding.
You better not. Like, that
I'm just
is divorce papers. Like,
I'm not... look on your face. I wish we had video to see your face.
I was literally about to be like, nope, I'm done.
No. It's a low tone frequency. The way it sounded when the video played, it's like real like staticky low tone, right? I only heard it in the video for like maybe 2 seconds. But he apparently plays that frequency, and he's trying to capture him. Now he has camera set up on his porch, right? And it's an enclosed.
Some ballsy guy.
Yeah, he's a ballsy guy. On his porch and stuff like that. And he has one camera aimed at the front door where you can see if someone walked up, and he has a, we call it the security lights that goes off on motion sensor, right? And he's playing his frequency. It has his computer set up where the frequency is playing, and he has a camera aimed at the window where you can see outside, right? He's playing the frequency. Day 1, or night 1, nothing. Night 2, nothing. Night 3, the security light goes off, right? You see the light flash open, you see the porch lit up, no one's there. Light goes off again, right? Night 4. Now, here's the scary fucking part. Security light goes off. There's a girl standing on the porch, looking into the window. Long brown hair. Looks like she's wearing a hoodie with a shirt, and she's staring at it. You can't see her eyes from how far away, but she's standing there looking in. He lives in the middle of nowhere. There's no one should be out there, especially a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, the way she looks from the video...
Normal.
Well, yeah, you would think she's a normal teenage girl is like that, but I couldn't see her eyes from how far away the camera was, right? Another night, like a week later or so, right? He's driving home, and he swears he saw someone run across a dirt road out in the middle of nowhere, mind you.
Yeah.
And so he stopped his car. He got out, idiot, right? And was looking around with the camera, right? With a cell phone camera. So like that. And when he's panning around, he didn't notice it until after he reviewed the footage. He saw a girl sitting in the bushes, like sitting there staring at him.
Oh my God.
Probably the same girl, but he can't really tell. Now, that's the only footage so far he has, but he's still hunting them.
Oh my gosh. But he has that footage? You looked at it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, could it be faked? I mean, there's a possibility. Like, he'd be just like his niece, whatever, that's doing it for him. But he's so adamant about finding him, I don't think he would be one to do it.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys if you ever want to look up and decide for yourself.
I should look it up and post because I'll probably be like, oh man, what is that? Like,
now the theory surrounding them
freak me out.
Yeah, the theories surrounding black-eyed children go from: are they vampires? Are they aliens? Are they demons? Right? I mean, I can't really tell, but the way they asked to come in, that's a vampire trait.
Yeah,
they allowed into their home.
Yeah.
If you know anything about, well, actually, there'll be one episode vampires, but
yeah,
if you know anything about vampires, the old legends, there's a lot of rules that apply to them, and one is they have to be allowed in to your home. They ask and they enter, and you have to allow them in. That's the only way they can enter your house. Have you ever saw that movie, Let the Right One In?
Yeah.
Or Let Me In, right?
Let Me In, yeah, with Chloe.
Well, Right One In was the original film, and then Let Me In was the remake. But she had to ask to be let in, and when she didn't, she started like bleeding from every orifices in her body. So, but that trait of asking permission to be allowed in the house, that's a vampire thing. So maybe people think that they're vampires. I don't know. The black eyes though relate to something about demons, because they say when someone's possessed, their eyes are all black, right? So. There's that one.
But then again, that kind of even plays because isn't like a vampire technically kind of demonic? Like,
well,
to a degree.
Old legends, they always thought them as that. But their eyes would be red, though.
Wasn't there a vampire, though? I forgot which show did it. Or like what fantasy thing. But like when they would like get into their vampire like self, like hunting, they'd go all black. There's a movie or show. Yeah.
Underworld?
Was it Underworld?
No, their eyes went blue.
No, there's a vampire movie show, whatever, that I remember their eyes went black. Cause I know it's not Vampire Diaries because I think theirs went like, they had like, you know, the little lines underneath their eyes, the veins, kind of like came out more.
Now the alien thing is a possibility as well. Now, this goes with the story of the only survivor story that we could find of a couple in Vermont. Now, if you looked at anything on Black Eyed Children, you probably read the story because it's the only one that people could find of anybody actually encountering them and surviving.
Yeah.
There's a couple in Vermont who, same situation, had the kids come to the door, asked to come in. Didn't look them in the eyes, kept looking down, so can you use your phone, stuff like that. The couple said, where are your parents? Like, we need to call them to pick us up. We're lost, right? Can we come in? Right? They kept asking, can we come in? So the couple obviously thought there's something extremely wrong because they felt unease about these kids, a boy and a girl. But they said, all right, I guess you can come in. And when they allowed to come in, they looked up and their eyes were all black and they both were taken aback by it. But they let them in anyway.
What?
And the kids sat on the couch, and I forgot. Sorry, one important detail. It was cold. It was snowing outside. That's why probably what allowed them, pushed them to allow the kids in, right? To let kids out there in the snow. So the wife went to make everyone hot cocoa and stuff like that, while the husband, sat with the kids. She came back in with the hot cocoa, and that's her husband came up to her and said, "Did you see their eyes? They're all black." It's like, what do you? Yeah, no, I saw. I don't understand. I was like that, and she was about to hand in the hot cocoa, right? And the husband was saying, "Oh, I feel real uneasy. I don't feel sick or something like that." He sat down, and the kids went, "Our parents are here together, in unison, right?" Which sounds weird, right? And they opened the door to see two men in black suits, black hats, black sunglasses, standing next to a black car, right? And the kids leave. Right? Simply like that and like that. And the husband's still feeling sick and stuff like that. And she felt uneasy as well. Now, what happened to the husband is he, weeks later, went to get a doctor because he still felt bad. He noticed his skin started getting like blemishes and stuff like that. And he had skin cancer. And the only way that he could have got this level of skin cancer is from radiation.
Wow.
Right? He had headaches, he got nosebleeds and stuff like that. And then a couple weeks after that, the wife started experiencing the same thing too. He had like headaches, nosebleeds, nausea, and stuff like that. Other from whatever happened after that, we don't know. What was strange is that two men in black picked them up.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't wave to the couple. We didn't acknowledge them. We didn't say thanks or nothing. Just simply put the kids in the car and left. That's where the alien thing comes from.
No one got a license plate number?
No. Or that she didn't care enough to look. That's where the alien thing comes in. Because the Men in Black, if you know the legend of them, they're, the federal government or whatever to keep aliens under wraps. So that made it a theory of what if they're testing these kids? What if these aliens who can portray children, really the only form they can do? And the only thing that gives them away that they're not human is the eyes. They were like allowing them to go out and do their tasks and see what they can do to people. And then when they finally complete their task, pick them up. Yeah.
Oh, scary. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's so far the only story out there of anyone surviving. Or at least encountering them anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm serious, man. Well, no, because the scary thing I don't know if I'm like maybe playing tricks with myself, but I started heavily researching them a couple of nights ago. And a couple nights ago, I've been having weird things when I'm sleeping. Like yesterday, or the night before, I was sleeping and I've never really spoken in my sleep. I've never, whatever. The one night I woke up and I was yelling, "Stop!" Like, I had to catch myself like, whoa, wait, why am I saying stop? Stop! Right? Like, I woke up multiple times yelling stop. And I was like, yelling at nothing, and I don't know what the heck it was. And then last night, I said, you know what? I'm not going to sleep in the bedroom. I'll just sleep on the couch area, the den area. And so I slept, and I couldn't go to sleep. And there was someone in the kitchen. I don't care. I don't know who it was, but there was somebody in the kitchen because it literally sounded like, I don't even know. Like, it was really heavy footsteps. It was, I don't even know. But I'm like, that's why I've been urging Isaac all day today. We got to do that episode tonight. We got to do it tonight. We got to conclude it. I don't want nothing else on it. Just conclude it. So, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna... I don't know. Ugh.
So fucking worried.
Yeah, I'm pretty much probably like signaling to like, hey, come try it out over here because I'm so terrified of it.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm scared of what I'm gonna feel because I know I'm sensitive, and I don't know if those people that have experienced stuff are sensitives. So like, regular people kind of sense that. I could just imagine what I could sense from that. But then again, why, like, I don't think they would show up to someone that is sensitive. They probably know someone's sensitive. I don't think they would just show up to someone sensitive because sensitive would know immediately that this is not. If a regular person's fight or flight comes in, a sensitive or empath or psychic medium, their stuff is going to hit first. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to immediately know, whoa.
Now, I try to mull over all this information. Like I said, there's been multiple sightings of the black-eyed children all across the world, not just here.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Texas has a lot of them.
Yeah. People in England, the UK, Scotland, Ireland, right? They've seen them too.
Yeah. Project Entity, like the group on Instagram that they like go and investigate, and it's anybody listening, seriously, go check out Project Entity. They got some really cool stuff on there. But one of the guys was talking to me about how they actually went where there was a lot of sightings, and they went to try and like find them. They were in it looked like he sent me a picture. It was like a foresty area. They didn't, I don't know if they actually, I can't remember what he said. I don't think they caught anything, but they went in that area, and they're from the UK.
Yeah. Now we're trying to mull over all these sightings and stuff like that, and they're always the same. They always let me in like that, and then except for that one woman who heard it in the demonic tone.
But not only that, though, there's also been cases where like someone's locked the door, and like with that Marine, or not with the Marine guy, but there was another one that I was reading where like the windows rattled, and then there was another one where like literally it felt like an earthquake, and they were hearing the people going, let me in, please let us in, or whatever they say. Let us in, let us in, let us in. It was getting louder and louder and louder. And as it was, getting louder and louder, it was, boo, did I get you? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, your climax to scare the shit out of people is not as good as mine.
Yeah, no, yours is... Well, because you did a growl, but...
Let me in.
Oh my god, stop. Yeah.
12 years of being a vocalist will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he used to do, like, screaming metal music, so, like, do your little growl thing. Yeah, like that kind. Yeah. So, anyway. He's used to doing that.
No, I try to mull over and figure out a possible conclusion about them. Or at least a theory of what they are. Now, the men in black. I was going to say black-eyed men, but the men in black thing really confused.
But apparently, real quick before you get on that, because that just sparked a thing in my head. I read somewhere, and I didn't really elaborate on it, which I probably should have, because that would have been interesting for this segment. But there was also black-eyed adults too, like older people. So WTF on that. It's one thing to have little kids, and that's freaky, but have adults let me in, let us in, or whatever. I don't. No, think it just reminds me of the I don't think
Bray
so.
Wyatt's the Fiend. Let me in.
Ew, that's just. I think at one point I would not even answer the door. Like if I peeked, I'm any kid that comes knocking on the door is not gonna get an answer from me after this segment, because
I don't think necessarily we're gonna get anything. Then again, we might see a couple kids on the side of the road or something.
You better not. No.
It's always at night too. Well, except that one time with that guy, he said it was late during the day, kind of dusk afternoon. But majority of the time, they always visit at night. And hours would make no sense for anyone to be out that late.
Yeah.
But I was back to my theory. The possibility of them being aliens makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. As a demonic entity, I don't think so. But they do show up at late hours. So that's always at night. The idea of them being vampires, no, there's not really vampire lore that surrounds it. But
I kind of want to do that as an episode.
What?
Vampires, because...
Well, I thought we were doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Give away a future episode there.
No, well, we kind of tossed that idea around. But I kind of want to get into... Because apparently I saw more and more stuff on, TikTok and, the ones that, post, legends and lores and stuff. Yeah. There's a dark side of TikTok.
Is there anything with media?
Huh?
Like YouTube and stuff like that?
Yeah, there is, and I don't like it. Every now and then, because I like some mildly paranormal videos, I'll get one scary ass video, and I'm like, okay, not gonna go to sleep for another 2 hours. Thank you. That's what I get for scrolling through TikTok. But yeah, it's kind of I don't know what I think.
Also, the theory of them being ghosts, which doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
So.
No,
I don't think they're ghosts. They're something otherworldly. Maybe they're a species of creature too.
Now,
stroking that stash.
I'm trying.
Just do thinking.
That's it.
The burly man think position. Burly man think position. Right. Stroking the stash.
But
sorry, it's late and I'm scared.
You gotta stay away from the door.
I would be a horrible person to take on a paranormal investigation. That was legit. There was some real stuff happening.
You should remind me of something. The other found footage. The other footage of black-eyed children was apparently of a ghost of black-eyed girl wearing a white dress in the woods.
But you know what though? But I can kind of see. I mean, I don't know.
It was really fast. So I gotta conclude it as it was a ghost for sure, but a black-eyed girl ghost? Nah, I don't know. You can't really see it. You see the fucking.
I don't know because then I think a lot of times how some ghosts are portrayed with all black eyes in movies and stuff. I would have to. I don't know. And then I went down this really bad rabbit hole one day of how demons can take human form. And I'm what if they're demons in human form?
I was saving this for the last story because I just remembered it, or I remembered it earlier, but I was gonna save it.
If I hear a knock at the door tonight, I'm freaking out.
Well, this story I tell you is the scariest. That's why I saved it.
Oh, okay, that's great.
I saved it for last, just because it's so fucking weird.
If I wasn't shivering in me timbers, now, I'm definitely doing it now.
The theory that they're aliens is what I kind of lean toward, but also probably demonic at the same time. But then who the hell are the Men in Black? So I'm on the fence of either it being a demonic thing or being an alien thing. That's my conclusion. Mm-hmm. But the last, okay, no time. The last story that I remember, I can't find a goddamn video. I watched it once, like years ago, but I didn't realize it was black-eyed children until she's on the floor. No. You scared.
Any little thing tonight is going to get me. And if I'm like trying to go to sleep and I'm by myself, hey.
Now, I didn't realize the black-eyed children until after I started watching stuff on the black-eyed children, which was B Busta. He was the YouTube channel. When he did an episode on it, because I listened to him, it was like his scary stories that he narrated. Yeah. That's why I started realizing, oh, so that video I watched ever how many years ago on YouTube, which I was looking up like demonic things, like people caught demonic in video, right?
Ew, yeah.
Now, you have to go by their explanation. So is it really a black-eyed children encounter, or is it just them thinking that? But scary story altogether. Group of teenagers in the video, right? One guy's handheld it. There's like 4 of them. And they go to this old abandoned-looking house in the middle of the fucking woods.
Which is a bad idea in the beginning.
It looks like it's falling apart, but they heard it was haunted and stuff like that, so they go down, search it. It's like it's not nighttime, but it's getting dark.
Oh gosh, that's even worse.
And they go to the basement of this house, right? And there's like demonic symbols all over the walls and shit. That's a pentagram on the floor. And it's dark, and the guy's just looking around and goes, "Oh man, I feel sick." And then like you see the camera aim towards their floor, right? Like, I guess one guy's holding it in the light, and you hear a kid fucking throw up. Like, I hear it like fucking, like all the, like someone throwing up. And you hear another kid go, "Who the hell is that?" Right? And then another kid go, "Why are his eyes black?" Like, he yells that. And then you hear like them like shuffling, and I hear the weirdest goddamn sound I've ever heard. When they're in the basement, you saw them pan around and stuff like that. There was a old piano there, but it had no keys or anything. Right? And besides the symbols on the walls, there wasn't really anything in the room. And except the pentagram on the floor and stuff like that. And the basement was dark, obviously. Kid throws up. Who the hell is that? Why are his eyes black? Right? And then one guy yells, "Get the fuck out of here!" Right? And then you hear like an accordion sound bend and stretch is the best way I can describe it. You know how accordion sounds when it expands?
Yeah.
But it sounded rusty and old. Like, it's like really fucking weird amongst some kids yelling and screaming, right? And then running the hell out of the camera, shaking and shit. But you hear that sound in the background, which I don't understand what the fuck that was, right? It's like a real like accordion standing out, like really rusty. And the kids fucking screaming and yelling and shit and running the hell up the fucking stairs. And like the only thing you saw the camera last was them like one pointing at the house, but the camera basically footage shut off. And that was the only time I ever saw it. I tried looking up that video. I can't find it. Because it was like a video to a video to a video to a video to a video. It was like down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I can't find that damn video anywhere.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, just that weird, like, it's like an accordion expanding and it sounded rusty. But there was no damn accordion in the basement. Who the hell is that? Why is his eyes black? Yeah.
Ew. Fuck. Ew. I literally have nothing else to say but ew.
So that's what made me think, demonic, possibly. Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, because who told me? Someone told me. I don't know if I was actually interviewing someone, talking to someone, watching a video. I can't remember where I heard this from. But I literally heard someone tell me at some point, a demon in human form. Like, that part.
Well, that goes with that old theory amongst paranormal investigators that there's no such thing as ghost children. There's only demons portraying themselves as children to allow you in, to drag you in.
Would
makes sense for black-eyed children. Yeah. So that's what strengthens my theory towards the side of them being demonic. Yeah. Which I'm starting reading Carl Johnson's book to learn more about demonology, so maybe I can get a better grasp on it.
Hey. Anytime my stomach feels upset, I'm going to be like, oh my God, is there anybody outside? I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even want to be in that situation. I don't even want to think about it. Like I said, once we are done with this episode, that's why I haven't even like really posted anything about it on Instagram, because like I don't want to, put it out there.
Yeah. Maybe we can try to conclude this episode because I know you don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. No, well, I hope whoever's listening probably has to change their pants or shorts or whatever they're wearing because,
I said this episode would be terrifying.
Because the first thing was that stinking growl that you did.
Oh, sorry.
And then your stories there, mister.
Yeah. No, the ones I found and stuff like that. And I remember that one from a long time ago, but I never attached it to black-eyed children.
Yeah.
Right? Why are his eyes black? That just... who did they see in the basement? Whoever handled the camera sucks. Right?
Well,
I gotta say that.
Well, you be in that situation. I don't think I would want.
He was holding it towards his feet, and then I hear the kid throw up, and you see the kind of pan toward him.
Well, maybe there's something that happens that prevents them from getting.
The whole throw up thing, that usually happens with people who encounter demons because they get to smell sulfur and they get that uneasy feeling in their stomach.
Yeah.
But also, people who've encountered black-eyed children feel unsettling in their stomach. They feel like queasy and stuff like that. So, kind of ties with each other.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Now, I don't remember if it was last episode or the episode before, but we were hinting at the
oh my gosh.
Sorry. The legends and the paranormal that we got to record with.
Yeah, which...
Well, one guy more of a legend, the other one he's kind of building his way up there. But
he's got a lot under his belt, Isaac.
Yeah. So these two guys, they have their own Instagram. They have their own YouTube episode channel, stuff like that.
Yeah, and they talk and they lecture. There's I think they have where you can actually go and hear them have a lecture and talk about things.
So... the two guys that I had the pleasure interviewing, this is going to be one of our bonus episodes.
Coming out. Hold on. Let me look because I already forgot the date. October 21st, which is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So October 21st is going to be the bonus episode. And then October 23rd is going to be our weekly episode. Yeah. So on October 21st, the episode is going to be with demonologist Carl Johnson and... James Anito.
Yep.
Who's also a demonologist. And he's also a deacon.
So,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know who Carl Johnson is,
which
Carl Johnson. No. Because Carl Johnson, I mean, him and his brother have been in the paranormal for a long time.
They were the original investigators to the Conjuring House. Yeah.
So,
they were there before the Warrens.
Yeah. And they were actually on a Ghost Adventure episode.
Where they were at the Conjuring House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't, but the episode isn't actually called the Conjuring House.
No, it's like the Haunting in Maine, the farmhouse in New Hampshire. Is it New Hampshire?
No, I don't think that's the correct title at all. I think it's we'll link it when it comes to that wink. Well, that week we'll put all of their information. Carl's got a really good book on demonology that Isaac got. He's currently reading, and I'm kind of trailing behind, but I'm not a huge fan of reading, which sucks because I like to write. So I know it's weird, but, and then James, he has done over 400 cases.
He's a deacon.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they have experiences, and in the episode, because I did the editing for it, I was like, dang, they got some stories, they have some advice, because our weekly episode is gonna be on demons and demonology, which is another subject that I'm like, hey.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Friday episode.
Yeah, so that's basically the week before Halloween. Like I said, they're really awesome, like, to talk to. They're very genuine. They answer a lot of Isaac's, like, questions on, like, even like their most intense case that they've had. They're just really good.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a really good interview. And I'm jealous Isaac was on that one because it's like, dang, when I was editing it.
My next white whale is someone from Ghost Adventures.
What?
My next white whale is someone from Ghost Adventures.
Oh, someone you're chasing.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't know about that interview. Who are you interviewing?
Yeah.
But, so yeah, some other bonus episodes, might as well say it since we said that one.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine, she does like horror content, like haunted dolls and stuff like that. She has some really cool content on Instagram. Her name is Mariah. And that one is gonna also have like a weekly, episode. This week we're gonna have, by the time this one's out, you would already know, but this is gonna sound weird. It's gonna be the Wednesday that attaches to this one.
Which people already heard by the time this episode's already out.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we have another really cool episode where Isaac's going to interview my dad.
And he's going to tell me the story of his youth, that it was so strange an encounter that we have to have it.
Yeah, it's kind of,
we hinted before, it involves a bear, a drug deal, and demon worshippers.
And possible murder case.
And a murder case, all in one night.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, like, dude, like, I don't know if I would want to have encountered this. But what is going to be tagged along with that episode, so that one would come out on a Wednesday. The Friday episode is going to be listener submissions.
Well,
so,
my ghost story's 3.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But it's going to be basically, instead of my ghost story and Isaac's ghost story, it's your guys' ghost story. So we had a couple submissions so far that are pretty good. And also, any questions that you have for us, we'll answer them during that episode too. We had a couple people send us questions that we're going to answer on that episode. We'll probably do another. Sorry, I'm like breathing heavily into the mic. Just realized that. So we're probably going to do another Instagram live sometime soon. I think I picked out a date. I think October 6th, just because, you know, we have to make sure everything is peachy keen to be able to do that for both of us to be able to do that. So yeah, so I'll put an actual like Instagram post, out there. And
because if you want to know what we're doing for Halloween or the Halloween episode, it's going to be an Instagram live.
Yeah, because we kind of changed it a little bit. I mean, it's still kind of the same, but we kind of like rearranged things to fit better and to coincide better with everything that's going on. So look forward to that. Yes. Also, guarantee by the first week in October, we're probably going to have some merch out. At some point, we're going to do a Burly Man bottom belt shirt because... I mean, Megan's over here spitting the fart lines. Surprise. I don't know. No one's commented on that one time that I called that bottom thunder. I should have like a whole thing. Like that should be my thing.
Fart phrases.
More pleasurable way of saying farts.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, so that's kind of how we're going with the bonus episodes and our stuff like that.
Now, after Halloween's said and done with, after October, the bonus episode thing is not going to happen anymore. Now, we might keep it around at least for once a month kind of thing, depending on how much people react to it. But as after October, it's not going to be a weekly thing, and we might. I would probably discuss it, but we probably do it like at least once a month.
Yeah. Because sometimes like there might be like, there was a person that reached out to us and said, hey, you know, I have this and this. I'd really like to be on your show. So we were like, well, we didn't have any more bonus slots, but hey, you know, and so, there's going to be one bonus episode like that week after Halloween. But yeah. Also, if you have any subject topics that you want us to cover, send it in to us. We want to know. Ghost stories, paranormal stories, weird stories. Send them in.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories. Like, if you got anything of that, send them in. Because we got some topics that have been swirling around my brain. Like, I really want to touch on shadow figures. And I really want to touch on one episode we're doing, and I think it's the week that Mariah's episode comes out, is paranormal theories, which I think, and myths, which I think that's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting, like things that people have said about like paranormal investigating or demons or stuff that technically is like kind of like a myth. So
those are things to look forward to. And if I know Megan kind of went scattered brained.
Sorry, I do that a lot and I'm scared. So
the next couple of weeks. So Wednesday, ghostly. All right, it's going to sound weird.
Yes, this Wednesday that passed, when this episode goes out, this is going to sound weird.
It's going to sound weird. Friday's going to be, of course, you listen to us now.
Yeah.
The next Wednesday after that will be
Mariah.
And then we'll have Ghost Theories that Friday. The next Wednesday after that,
my dad's story
with her dad, and then the bonus episode of the dad. The Friday episode will be Ghost Stories 3. Then that Wednesday before the week of Halloween,
Carl Johnson and James Anito.
Yeah, and then that Friday episode would be about demons. And then the following week,
there
the
may
week
be
of Halloween, where, like I said, we're announced what the Halloween episode is going to be with our Instagram Live. And the bonus episode, I don't think we're going to have one for that Wednesday, are we?
No, we might. There's some talks. We might include another person. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
How things go.
As of right now, there's no bonus episode for that Wednesday of the week before Halloween.
Yeah, but there might be one after. It depends. Because we had someone reach out to us. And we're going to see how that goes. Make sure, everything links up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's funny enough that the Halloween episode on the 30th. But, yeah, so you guys I look forward to for this month.
Yep, it's a lot. And definitely, like I said before, some merch is going to be hitting there so you can rep some, rep.
So lock your doors and check outside, and don't answer it if you see kids knocking on it tonight.
Oh my gosh. And that's to me too, because
whatever time you're listening to this. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
so next episode is going to be on like paranormal theories and myths.
Yeah. So you guys look forward to next Friday.
Yep. And then bonus episode is going to be with Mariah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll catch you weirdos in the next one.
Yes.